Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome. I am Arcane Mistress. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. Today I'm going to go through some of my favorite decks to use during spooky season or Samhain. The first one being the Crow Tarot. Okay, if you're new here, you may not know I am very big on crows and ravens, and you'll see a lot of cards decks that reflect my love of ravens and crows. But this is the crow deck by created by MJ Colonine. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. I absolutely love using this deck during this time of year, this season. The colors are beautiful. The artwork is beautiful. And it does follow the Rider-Waite format. So if you're familiar with Rider-Waite, if you're very new at reading tarot, this is going to be an easy deck to work with. Absolutely love the artwork. And it is one of my favorites to use. It does have a little bit of a spooky, almost like gothic-y feel to it. And this is what I love the best about using it during spooky season. Now, the next deck is the Macabre Tarot by Samantha West. And I absolutely love it because it's the shape of a coffin. Okay. Absolutely love it. And I don't even know if it still works for me or not. I've had this deck for a long time. But I think the battery has died. But it will, when you buy it new, it will creep open with a creepy coffin sound. I have to replace the battery for mine to work properly. I think it's been used so many times that it's pretty much done with. So I love the Macabre, of course. Look to the back of the cards. Very beautiful with the death moth and the skulls. We have the bats. We have this daggers, or the athams, if you want to call them, the snakes. Beautifully gold gilding as well on the deck. Now, some of the cards, the images, the artwork are kind of interesting, but I find this deck very gothic-y. And, being right up the alley of, spooky season. Now, this is a deck you can use all year round. I tend to use mine several times throughout the year. But if you want something spooky for spooky season, this is definitely the deck. There are going to be some images on here that are going to be like, what? But, they kind of, they're cute. They're cutesy, okay? Love the death card. Like, absolutely love the death card. And we have the lovers, the two-headed female here. We have the 8 of daggers, the 5 of crystals, and this does follow the Rider-Waite format. The meanings on the card itself, like 5 of daggers, of course, is the 5 of swords. The tower. Absolutely love the tower. How much more witchier can that get, right? Absolutely love it, right? The mansion falling apart. The wheel of fortune. We have 4 of crystals, which I believe are the cups. The cups or pentacles. I'll have to check that. We have the 5 of bones, which of course are the wands. We have the hermit, Dr. Death. I love it. A massacre of daggers, right? Which is the knight, a 3 of daggers, the 10 of cups. Yeah, so the crystals will be the pentacles in this deck. I have so many decks. Sometimes I have to really think about, what to each one represents uh, and relates to Rider-Waite. So yes, we have Three of Bones, which of course is the wands. We have the Hangman, which is absolutely adorable. I think, it's the mermaid, right? The skeletal mermaid. So if you're looking for a deck that's got a little bit macabre, but kind of, not too creepy, like demonish creepy, this is definitely the deck I would suggest. Very easy to work with as well because it does stick to the Rider-Waite. Absolutely love that. The crow on the skull. So yes. So this is, absolutely one of my favorite decks to use during the spooky season as well. Love the backs on this. Kind of disappointed my coffin didn't creak. It should be, but oh well. I've had this for a long time, so that is that deck. Now the next deck that I do, and a lot of these are mass purchase decks. I tend to find that, and I'm not saying that indie decks are, no good. Okay, some of them are beautiful, beautiful artwork, and kudos to those that are very creative enough to design their own tarot deck. I just haven't found anything that's indie that resonates with me, with either the artwork or the meanings of the cards itself. Now, this is the Green Witch Tarot, and it's by Anne Mora. And it does come with a nice thick guidebook as well. These are the backs of the tarot deck. And and of course they have no borders, which I love, because if you know me at all, I hate borders. There is a deck that I own that has borders, and I won't alter it, I won't modify it, only because it would ruin the entire thing. But let's say it is a deck that I don't reach for very often. Now this is another deck that I do use for spooky season, especially Samhain season. Not just because it's spooky, but it is very pagan, which is the Green Witch Tarot deck. Beautiful artwork, very witchy, and perfect for this season. So I should almost do a series on just witchy decks, because I do have a lot of witchy decks, not just spooky decks. So yes, beautiful, beautiful artwork, and very easy to work with. If you're, it does follow the Rider-Waite format, a system, with the Ace Pentacles, the Wands, the Swords, and the Cups. The major arcana, some of them are different than the then Rider-Waite, because we have the Green Man, which is 0, which, for R.W. Smith, it would be the Fool. We have the Green Man, which is very much pagan, also Druid based artwork and meanings behind the cards. But very, very beautiful deck. Very witchy. If you're looking for a witchy deck, you can't get any witchier than this. Especially if you are starting out on your Wiccan path or your Druid path. Now, the other deck that I want to call spooky, not very witchy, but spooky, is the Mystical Dream Tarot. Now, it has profound, deep meanings in this deck. I do believe this is by Janet Piedolato. Pidolato, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm so bad with names. But this is a deck that has a little bit of, macabre spookiness to it. Excuse me, guys. I think I'm coming down with a cold. Very profound, deep meanings to these cards. And why I say that is, and it does follow the Rider-Waite system, it's very psychologically, very consciousness and psychologically in depth. What is the word I'm trying to say here? Like it really gets you into your head. Okay. It is very profound. It makes you think. It really gets you thinking. And of course, the major arcanas, the names are changed here. We have the Innocent, which is the Fool. But it does follow the Rider-Waite. 4 of Swords, the Pentacles, the Wands, the Swords. We have Mat, which is another one of the major arcanas that have been changed on this. Other than that, it's the major arcanas that are the only thing that's different than the Rider-Waite. We have the Dream Protector. And when I mean profoundly deep, psychologically deep, it is because that was the intent of the author and the creator of this deck, being that it's a life guidance from the depths of our unconscious. Like the profound meanings that go into these cards are just mind-boggling. I'm going to read you the Dream Protector here. Just to give you an idea, because this would be the Emperor in the Rider-Waite Smith deck, and it goes on to say, the Dream Protector sits on a throne before the rising tide. He knows his subjects and that which he is subject. This image, fresh from dream, has its roots in a historical legend. The king is King Nut, son of the Danish prince Swan Forkbird, and I'm going to butcher these names, so I do apologize ahead of time, in the 11th century. So, but in the meaning of the card, in a reading, the Dream Protector is a powerful person, an ally in good and bad times. This is a person who can be trusted to stand by and give assistance. It may represent a father or government official. Now, that's a lot similar to the Emperor in any of the other decks. But then it goes on to say, sometimes the ego puts one on a throne which it believes it is due. Such can interfere with the true nature of life's journey. It goes deeper. I mean, I'm not doing this justice right now, but it does do like a lot of explanation about the story about this king in England, the Viking invasion in England, winning the crown along the widow Emma, former Norman princess, given in marriage to the English ruler. It gives you a little bit of historical background, but it does. I'm just doing that card injustice because there are others that have a deeper meaning than this. So yeah. So let's go to Matt here. Gotta find it in the book here. Card number 8 is Justice. And of course, this is the card of justice. But Mat rises as a dream image from the depths of the unconscious to manifest the ancient Egyptian principle of truth, justice, honor, morality, and ethics. To the ancient one, Mat represented the highest standard of universal action, the supreme standard which regulated not only the behavior of humans, but of all deities, the heavens, and the manifest upon the earth. It was the highest virtue which set into motion the harmony of the universe. All was governed by Mat. Universal motion depended upon it, that chaos was not allowed to rule. So important was the principle of Mat that all ancient Egyptians sought to be grounded in Mat in all their actions. Like it gives you, an in-depth understanding of why they picked Mat for justice, why they picked the name, the dream protector. So I do like, even though it isn't very witchy, woohoo, spooky, it is. Okay, it does have a profound, deep, a deep witchy sense to it. Very pagan, very occultish. Okay, in that sense. Absolutely love it. So this is one that I pull not very often. I have it used this year because I do own a lot of decks. But it is one that I do tend to gravitate to once in a while. So my other favorite deck to use during a spooky season, a Samhain season, especially Samhain, is the Wildwood Tarot. And this is a very druid-based deck. And that is my main practice is druidism. So this is a deck that I use quite often. Like this is my absolute favorite to use during spooky season, Samhain season, especially Samhain season, the year of the wheel, etc. The backs are very beautiful, very Celtic, as well as the images, very druid, very Celtic, very profound, very demure. Look at that. But yes, and the symbolism, you can use these cards intuitively or use them according to their keywords. Now the Ace of Stones, right, so would be the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Vessels, which would be the Queen of Cups, the Woodward, right, the Ace of Vessels, Nine of Vessels. So it does follow the Rider Waite, but with a little bit more of the major arcana, of course, being more druid based. We have the Forest Lovers. We have the Death card called the Journey. Okay, the druids do believe our souls do go on. Our souls never die. We go through a journey and then we are reborn after this journey that we go through, which is called death. Okay, so it's really just a passage between one lifetime to another lifetime. There is a deep, profound meaning. It does go in a little bit of detail in the guidebook. It does have a thick guidebook, by the way. But I love the images. And it is a matte card stock, which I will do a flip through these. I just don't do them justice during these quick videos. But this is a beautiful, beautiful deck to use during Samhain. Very profound, very deep and profound for Samhain season, which is what I use mostly for Samhain season, is the Wildwood Tarot. Now these are just some of my favorites. I do have others, which I'll probably do another video to cover some of those. and they're of course all mass-produced decks, which are readily available for anyone. So if anyone is interested in purchasing them, they are easily available, easily able for you to purchase, which is very good, because if you see a deck that you like that somebody's using and you're like, oh my god, what is that deck? Where can I get it? Rest assured you can still get it. If you're, looking at any of the decks that I use, I can't say that for all of the tarot community here. There are, a lot that do love buying the indie decks, and yes, we should support the indie creators, absolutely, 100%. But I just haven't found a deck that resonates with me that I do enjoy using. Until then, I guess I'm going to be using the mass produced decks. Anyway, so thank you so much for being here. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe and like this video, and it'll give me a chance to bring more content to you. Thank you so much, guys.